Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your agenda for news. This is Jerome Hughes, and story of the hour. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld is sounding off once again. So basically, he's calling for dominant masculinity to return and everything to today's society, to the culture. And Jerry Seinfeld says that he misses the kind of male figures that he admired when he was growing up. So let's watch the video together, okay?
An agreed upon hierarchy, which I think is absolutely vaporized in today's moment. Okay. And I think that is why people lean on the horn and drive in the crazy way that they drive, because we have no sense of hierarchy. And as humans, we don't really feel comfortable like that. So that is part of what I think is, if you want to talk about nostalgia, that's part of what makes that moment attractive looking back. And the other thing is, as a man, can I say that?
Are you sure you are? Are you?
I've always wanted to be.
I didn't ask your pronouns before we began.
I've always wanted to be a real man. I never made it. But I really thought when I was in that era, again, it was JFK, it was Muhammad Ali, it was Sean Connery, Howard Cosell. You can go all the way down there. That's a real man. I want to be like that someday. Well, no, I never really grew up. I mean, you don't want to as a comedian because it's a childish pursuit. But I miss a dominant masculinity. Yeah, I get the toxic thing, I get it. But still, I like a real man.
Okay, so you heard it yourselves. And I'm going to have to agree with him, because of the fact that Jerry Seinfeld, he actually came from basically back in the days and stuff before all the political correctness came apart. Jerry Seinfeld, he partook in that. And the thing is, he wants the very thing that we all want. We want back the masculinity to come back, men to be men, if you will. Okay. Now, as y'all saw, comedian Jerry Seinfeld, he wants the dominant masculinity to return, and he did an interview with journalist Barry Weiss, and Jerry Seinfeld spoke about like a lot of subjects. And at one point, Jerry Seinfeld said he used to look up to a certain kind of role model, a man's man, if you would. Y'all heard it from himself. He said that I always wanted to be a real man. I never made it. Jerry Seinfeld joked. I really thought when I was in that era, again, it was JFK, as in John F. Kennedy. It was Muhammad Ali. It was Sean Connery, Howard Cosell. You can go all the way down there. That's a real man. I want to be like that someday. Now, comedian Jerry Seinfeld did continue that I miss dominant masculinity. Yeah, I get the toxic. I get it. He said, still, I like a real man. But in recent weeks, Jerry Seinfeld has become a persona non grata, as they call it, among people, basically the whole woke left, and for support of Israel in its war against the Hamas terrorist organization. I'm not sure if it's if it might be because he's Jewish or if he actually supports Israel as an ally. Probably both, but that's not neither here or there. But the fact of the matter is that Jerry Seinfeld wants masculinity back again. He wants dominant masculinity back. And, they call it dominant masculinity, toxic masculinity, because of the fact that they feel that, it's something that they don't, basically something men that don't want to change for themselves, don't want to embrace the feminine side and everything. And you know what? If that's what makes the world go around, to be honest with you. And as y'all can recall, students at Duke University's commencement walked out of the ceremony in protest of Jerry Seinfeld, who was set to receive an honorary degree, with some students booing the comedian Jerry Seinfeld and shouting "Free Palestine." Okay, and also, and I'm actually ashamed of this because this actually happens in the city where I live, but there was people there who were pro-Palestinian protesters and everything, and they decided to go ahead and protest, and they were arrested at a venue that's 1 mile away from where I live. And the fact of the matter is that it's unfortunate. Now, I'm not taking sides on this matter between in the Gaza war between Israel and Hamas and stuff, and I'm informed about it greatly. on what both sides are doing, as well as how the victims of both sides are being slaughtered and stuff. But I'm not speaking out against either side. Actually, I'm speaking on both sides, but that's a different story for a different time. But the fact of the matter is, Jerry Seinfeld is sounding off again. Okay, he wants back the same masculinity. He's tired of the woke politics being put into entertainment, into society in general, because of the fact that the woke ideology is nothing more than a religion that's based on selfishness as well as contradictions. And the fact of the matter is, they have these rules and stuff where they were going ahead and have people of different religious faiths and all that, including Christianity, to go ahead and take what they believe, what they learn and everything, what they live by, and try to change that to go ahead and bring in the different ideas from the woke ideology that contradict their ideas. And it's only being done so that way their beliefs and values can be replaced by woke ideology. In other words, being forced to accept these things. And you know what? Jerry Seinfeld is another person in the entertainment industry who's basically tired of it, you know. And a lot of people call him based for that. And yeah, people are really sounding off about it on basically on X about it. And to be honest with you, like, he might have gained a lot of enemies now, but he got a lot more allies right at this moment. But the fact of the matter is that Jerry Seinfeld, he's basically sick and tired of all of these of woke in general. Okay, Jerry Seinfeld, he no longer wants this to affect anyone else's lives. He's not affected by it. He bounces back from it. You know, and he said himself, I mean, not verbatim in these words, he hates the woke ideology. You know, he's peaceful. He loves everybody, but at the same time, you know, he wants back the dominant masculinity, you know, a man's man, because of the fact that there's men out there who's doing jobs that a lot of women and a lot of other men don't want to do. Okay. Got those who are, you know, not just actors getting tough roles and stuff, but those who work in blue collar jobs and stuff, and being a plumber or even other jobs like working on an oil rig in the middle of the sea, or being a man working in the North Sea. And y'all know how rough that be with all those waves and stuff and the risks on that job. Then there's also a lot of those out there who are basically digging in the trenches and stuff, cleaning out the sewers, repairing the sewers and stuff. And it's like, those are male dominated fields. I'm not saying there's no women working in those fields and stuff, because it might be, but I'm not seeing a lot of women volunteering for those kind of jobs. Okay. And I know I'm not volunteering for that, but at the same time, I don't have to prove that I'm a man and stuff to work for those jobs and stuff. There's other areas and everything as a man to work. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of men are not going into certain areas because of the fact that they know the risks that go in it. Not in a matter of life and death. Well, not just that, but mainly because of the fact that the different accusations they can get from the other people, like certain women, and I'm not saying all women, but some certain women up there who would throw every accusation against them and stuff, and then they'll trying to stay name and everything. But the fact of the matter is, Jerry Seinfeld, he's sounding off again. He's the latest celebrity and comedian in entertainment industry to go ahead and stand up against the woke ideology, or the woke mind virus. Okay, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts about this. Do you agree with Jerry Seinfeld on this, or do you disagree? Do you think that he has some valid points, or what are your thoughts about this? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have on this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, and you enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.